is right. It's going live now on Facebook. But if you go to the YouTube page, oh, she leave? All right, and we are live. Beanie blessings. Welcome to Deadpan Dope Tuesdays with me, Deadpan Lizzie, the Beanie God. This will be recorded on Facebook Live and put on YouTube later. If you don't want to be seen or heard, please mute yourself and please mute your mic and turn your camera off. Please unmute yourself if you do perform and mute when you're not, out of consideration for your fellow artists. This medium is for all arts and beanies. For those who do not know me, I'm an author, realtor, and full-time lesbian here in New York City. That last one's not a choice. A few ground rules: no hate speech or bullying whatsoever. If I hear or see any of this tonight, you'll get the boot, no questions asked. This is a brave space. Like me, many of us have parallel careers and are here to unwind after a long day's work, so please leave the crappy attitudes and beef behind before entering our space. I don't believe in content or trigger warnings, given life is one, but if you feel the need to give them, please go ahead and do so. I will always announce this on deck, and I will drop the list in a minute. If you want to learn more about our upcoming events, workshop, classes, open mics we have here at Word is Right, please visit us on IG, YouTube, and here on Facebook, where we're going live. The Word is Right, WRITE, is where you can find us. And we might have a website coming soon. Also, Marissa Prada, who's our executive producer here, and we fondly call our boss lady here at Where's Right, also has a publishing house. Myself and many of our folks here have contributed or published with her. So please check out Red or Green Books in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Red is READ. If you're interested in putting your work out there and publishing a book, curating an anthology, Marissa does a ton of things, and we're very blessed to have her. So before we begin our open mic, I just want to try something new with everyone I've been doing in a screenwriting workshop. So I'd like to begin with a quick meditation or mind clearing exercise. So it's called 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This should help you bring you into your space and be more present, refocusing all your senses to stay in the moment. Feel free to say these out loud as you identify them. You can turn your camera off, close your eyes, however you feel. So we're going to do 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So I'd like you to start with 5 things you can see, just presently. 5 things you can presently see in front of you. You don't have to say them out loud. You don't have to show us, but just 5 things you can see in front of you presently. It'll take a couple moments. Now, 4 things you can touch. What are 4 things you can touch that are currently in your reach? For me, I have a cup of tea, a bottle of seltzer, my cell phone, my AirPod box. 4 things you can touch. 3 things you can hear. What are 3 things you can presently hear? I can hear the echo of my AirPods. I can hear the heat turning on above me. I can hear my dog downstairs. There are 2 things you can smell. 2 things you can smell. And last, what is 1 thing you can taste or feel? I can still taste the chocolate-covered almonds I ate before I started this Zoom. That's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 5 things you can see, 4 things you can touch, 3 things you can hear, 2 things you can smell, and 1 thing you can taste or feel. Thank you for joining me in this exercise. I will also type the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 exercise in our Zoom chat if you're interested in doing it yourself or taking it elsewhere. And I want to thank my friend Nate Raven for teaching me that. We're also going to do something at the end of the show, but I will announce what that is when we wrap up before Beanie Blessings. So I'm going to go ahead and type our list of readers into the chat. Okay. So on deck, we have my karaoke wife, Terry with Jertson. But up to the mic first, he is a producer and MC here at Word is Right every second and fourth Wednesday of the month, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can catch his show, More Poetry. I'm a big fan of his show. And he's got a lot more to bring in the new year and the rest of the year of 2022 with Word is Right. And on his own, he's got his own podcast now, Poetic Robin Hood. You can see his background behind him. So please welcome to the mic my friend and my fellow producer, Chris Moore.
Thank you, Lizzie. Yeah, I guess I'll read first and then discuss that. Sorry about that. I talk too much for the podcast and my throat is a little sore. This one's called 40 Pieces of Heart. Some say that love is blind. How quickly I easily forget that. Giving all the compassion and love to those who I think deserve it, only for them to take the parts they want. Collecting all that they need before they leave, as nails are punctured through each chamber. And I think I might have another. Let me double check. Yeah, I think that's the only one I'll share tonight. Mostly because of my voice. But yeah, as Lizzie said, I run an open mic and a podcast. The open mic is More Poetry Open Mic. The next one is next week on October 26th at 7:30 Eastern Time. And I also do something called Halfway Features, in which every second Wednesday of the month, I take a poet and make them my feature. My next halfway feature is on November 9th, and my feature for that night is They Call Me Mitch. Now, as far as booking features, I must warn you, currently, I am booked until June, and I am not booking July until probably February. So just a heads up. And with my podcast, Poetic Robin Hood, like I said, I recorded the new episode today, which is why my voice is sore. That episode will be available on November 7th. And currently for that, I am booked until February. So yeah, that's all I have to say, Lizzie.
No, and that's great. I loved your poem. It was beautiful. Nails in the Chamber. And congratulations on all the features on your show. I'm so excited to watch your show and you will
I have a
continue to
question.
grow. What's up?
Your show, The Poetic Robin Hood, where is it, on IG or is it on Zoom or where is it?
Spotify, right?
It's on Spotify, it's on Anchor, it's on Podomatic. It also has a YouTube channel.
Okay.
Yeah, I posted the Anchor link, and also you can search for it on Spotify. I'll get the YouTube channel and post it in as well.
Okay.
And Anchor is a good hub. I use Anchor for my mini series. It takes you to all different channels that you can listen to. All wonderful podcasts, including Chris's, and we're very proud of him and all the work he's doing. Chris is also in our Red or Green Books Out Loud LGBTQ anthology, so you can check him out there. And he dropped all his information in the chat. All right, thanks, Chris. And yeah, rest that voice up. Have some tea, honey, lemon. I know it's hard, right? Being an MC is not no easy feat, but you're doing a great job, and we're very proud of
But
all
I
the
love
work
what
you're
I'm doing,
here.
though. That's the main thing. You gotta love what you're
And
doing.
that's the most important thing.
I just keep telling myself I'm helping other poets. That's what I keep telling myself.
Absolutely, we're building community. No, I mean, listen, the first time I ever felt a Rhapsody voice, because I've been a professional stage manager and show caller for almost 13 years now, that my voice hurt a lot the first time. So you definitely learn how to take care of that muscle and take care of yourself. But I'm so happy and proud of all the work you're doing. And yeah,
Well, it's also bad because I'm suffering with allergies still. So that makes it even worse.
It is fall, it is autumn, but we learn the tricks and the balances of how to make sure we're taking care of our bodies, because we only get one. We only get one body.
Mm-hmm.
I always have my tea with my Martin Parker mug. Martin.
And if you ever want, Lizzie, you can come on my podcast and read Panku's.
I would love to. Send, you know how to find me. So either you can send me a Facebook message or on IG, and we can set up a time to do that. But I would love to come on and chat with you about it. So thank you. Yeah, so send me a little message and we'll hook up. All right, friends, we're gonna keep this rolling. So on deck we got Elena. Up to the mic now. I fondly call her my karaoke wife. She is a part of the Fierce 15 Greta Green Books, which is the book launch I'm a part of. You can see her background is her book, The Chameleon Chronicles. It's a beautiful book. I can't wait till I get to see her.
It was until I just stopped my camera. Go
Oh.
ahead.
No, that's okay. I was just praising you. See, now we get to see
Thank
her
you.
really gorgeous face that the camera's on, and not just her gorgeous book cover. I can't wait till she visits New York City again. And you're hosting Fincabulary karaoke next week, right?
Yes.
Yes. And I think Trisha said that Bewitched is the prompt or the theme.
Oh, really? Okay.
Okay, that's what
I
she
didn't know
told
that.
me. Well, I guess because it's like Halloween, almost Halloween. That's what she told me when I
Right.
spoke to her earlier. I might sing like the Bewitched band because like I'm a
Love is
90s
kind
baby.
of crazy with a spooky little girl like you. Spooky.
Uh-oh. I am spooky under this beanie. I am. You never know what's gonna happen. But please welcome to the mic my friend, my beautiful karaoke wife, Terry Rose Jurtson.
Okay, I'm going to do some poems that these are older ones that I did in workshops that kind of get forgotten about because books get piled on top of books. You know how that goes. So they're about numbers. They all have something to do with numbers, and they are from a Peggy Robles workshop. So the first one is called 2. The number 2, as in my 2 loves of my life. The number 2 of failed marriages. The number of how many times I have to say things for you to listen. The number 2, me and you, I am no longer alone. The number 2, how I feel about you when you lie. The number 2, too serious, too funny, too compatible, too incompatible, too pathetic, too easy, too difficult to continue. So there's that one. Then I have this one, 10 Steps to Survive. 1, I have survived being homeless by obtaining a home. 2, I had a plan, but God's was bigger. 3, I survived drowning in my tub while passed out drunk. 4, God woke me up. Actually, that was part of 3, sorry. 4, I survived being an alcoholic because God brought me to church. 5, I survived many failed marriages because God would not let me give up on love. 6, I survived domestic violence because my desire to live became greater than my desire to stay. P.S. It's Domestic Violence Month. 7, I survived cancer through cryogenic freezing and safe sex. 8, I survived religion by leaving the church. 9, I survived single motherhood by fully relying on God. 10, I survived my own self-sabotage through many years of therapy. And then last one is called Can I Get a Dollar? And this one is in my book. Can I get a dollar means do you have at least a dollar because they know you can't get anything with that dollar anymore. Can I get a dollar means can you help me? Do you see me? Don't walk past acting like you don't. Look at me in whatever state I am in. Recognize that this is the human condition, my condition, and you need to do the right thing and give me that dollar because The almighty dollar has taken the place of God, your God. Thank you.
Karaoke life, bring the scripture tonight. And Peggy, we love Peggy. We love Peggy so much. Thank you so much for your beautiful work, your words. It is scripture, what you were saying. I love your words. I love your book so much. The day I got it, I read it in one sitting. And I'm so proud of everything you've done in your life, in your work, and for our community. You have a new Instagram handle, and I don't want to get it wrong, so I'm gonna let you say it.
Okay, my new Instagram handle is The Chameleon Poetic. And the reason why I have a new Instagram handle is because Instagram said that I was younger than 0. And when I sent them my information, my license and a passport for ID, they rejected that as ID. So go figure that one out. But this is when you have a bunch of robots instead of human beings, and you can't make a phone call and reason with anyone on the phone. So this is what happens. Modern technology.
Instagram once thought it was hacking myself, and it's such a mind fuck when that happens. I don't know.
Yeah, the
There's
whole
so much
thing
for our
is just
life.
gone. All 2 years of work that I put all into all my posts and everything I saved and yada, yada, yada.
I'm sorry, but you know what? You're building a new account. You're still
Starting
doing great
over.
things.
This is true.
It's good. We're starting over. We got to start over sometimes in life. And you do look 0 years old because you look amazing all the time to me. She does look so pretty all the time.
I love your
She
sense of
does.
humor.
Sense of humor. No, we have a lot of hot poets in our community, and Terry Rose is definitely in the community part of
Hot
hot poets.
grandma lady.
A gilf, is that what that's called?
I guess.
Is it
Grandmas, you want
like a MILF?
F? Yeah.
Gilf, MILF? I don't know. She's in that part of the community. Well, and we get her book.
DM me if you want my book, and I will even autograph it for you.
I mean,
I will even write a nice message in there. I won't just write my name.
and we're going to talk about that in my marketing workshop too, because a lot of people just don't sign the book, or they just sign their name. Take the time to write something. You guys don't have to write another book. Just write something nice. I usually just write a panku. You guys
And I
want to
strain my
steal
brain to come
pankus?
up with that.
It can be hard. It can be hard, especially when the person buying your book can make you a little uncomfortable. But even if it's just thank you for supporting the arts, good enough. Well, thank you for being here, Terry. Thank you for blessing us with your work and your beauty.
Namaste.
I hope you'll read more later this evening. But we're gonna keep this train moving. On deck we got Marion Peterson, but back, and I'm so glad she has returned. She was here a couple weeks ago, and they're back now. So please welcome back to our mic now, Arlena Ash. I think you're muted.
Okay, this is from an exercise from a writing workshop that I went to about grief, and it will be an actual poem, but I'd like to read what I have. Is that okay? Okay. I'm grieving the loss of my best friend. I had to stop being friends with her because she wasn't treating me well. What does grief look like? Grief looks like being curled up in bed, hugging my stuffed giraffe. It looks like a fetal position. It's visible on me because I can't hide my feelings. Grief tastes like nothing tastes good. Film on my tongue and roof of my mouth, a side effect of the lithium I was prescribed in the hospital. Grief smells like dishwater that's been sitting in the sink for over a month. Grief sounds like the hold music on the pier line. And the message, please stay on the line and someone will be with you shortly. Grief feels like numb, like pain behind my right shoulder blade and on the side of my thumb below the joint facing my index finger. Is grief avoidable? The only way to avoid grief is to not love. And I want to turn that more into an actual poem. And
I
are
thought
we
that was
doing
a
like,
poem.
well, it's not, I don't know. Yeah, it basically is, that's why I went ahead and read it. Are we doing round robin or is,
Oh no, I pasted the list in the chat.
but,
So
okay. Can I read another one then?
yeah, go for it.
Okay, let's see. Okay, I don't think I've read this one in here. Hope I haven't. This is called Past and Present. She said I live in the past, and now she is in my past, where she lives more fully than when we were friends. The past is safe, but also more vibrant, interesting than the present. There's pain attached to it, and pain grabs one's attention, and also nostalgia. She had a point. I dwelt too much on the past. Now I dwell on her, the friendship I lost. If I'd been able and willing to be in the here and now back then, she might be here with me still. I got stuck on horror stories from the past. Things mental health professionals said that upset me. She would say, "Are you sure you didn't misinterpret that?" I felt invalidated, one of my biggest triggers. So I needed to get through to her, convince her of my truth. She asked why I couldn't just let it go, but I couldn't because I felt unheard, not believed. In therapy, it's like I can never say all I need to. Then she said she wasn't my therapist, which was true. Now I'm starting to miss our 3-hour phone conversations as they slip into the past, painful memories of what I've lost. What is a friend who doesn't hear you, though? In some ways, doesn't get you. Is it better to be right if it means being alone? I'm wondering. In the here and now, I talk to the friends I still have about her. Call the peer line to express my grief and write. The present has become the past, and someday this time will too.
Those are both beautiful proses and poems. I commend
Thank
you
you.
for your bravery and sharing your honesty. And yeah, we don't have censorship here at the Word is Right or Deadpan Dope. Specifically, the only thing that ESPN keeps telling me scores the games. I'm just gonna mute that. I apologize. The only thing we do censor here is hate speech, but I'm not worried about anyone in this Zoom call that's gonna use hate speech. But yeah, we encourage vulnerability. This is a safe and brave space to do that in. So I thank you for bringing that tonight. I thought they were beautiful and powerful. And I hope that you'll stick around and read in round 2 and share whatever you want. And even if you had brought that before, we always welcome you bringing that work again, because it's going to evolve. We're going to read it differently. We're going to hear it differently. So I appreciate you. So thank you for being here. Is there anything you'd like to promote, share on your social media where we can find you online?
Not right now, but thank you.
No worries. Happy to have you here. All right. And Jeff Taylor just got here, who's one of our producers at Word is Right. He's here to support us tonight. So happy to have you with us, Jeff. He's part of our brother organization, the Garage Poets, with Ethan Macklin. All right. So on deck, we got Black Silver, who featured on Word is Right with more poetry last week. But coming up to the mic now, please welcome our friend and fellow artist, Marianne Peterson.
Okay. I have a song and a poem. The song I'm going to do first. It's called I Want to Be With You. I wrote July 7th, 1995. I miss you. I want to see you. I want to be with you. I wish I was still with you. It felt so good being around you. I care for you. Listen to me when I had something to say. I miss you. Want to see you. Want to be with you. Want you to know that I really care about you. I will never hurt you. You're the answer to my prayers. You're the one I want. I wanna be your girl. I miss you. Want to see you. Want to be with you. I miss you. Want to see you. Want to be with you. That's a song. Now the poem I just wrote on the 15th of this month. It's called Trials and Tribulations. Life is full of trials and tribulations. They're all tests to see if you can stay strong. I've been through a lot of trials and tribulations in my lifetime. I've survived each one. I became stronger than I thought I could be. I'm a survivor of domestic violence. I'm a survivor of anorexia. I'm a survivor of sexual assault. I'm a survivor of sleep apnea. I'm also a survivor of suicidal ideations. I've succeeded instead of failed in my life. I've succeeded in my writing. I've succeeded in some of my dreams. I've succeeded to get out of my shell little by little. All these were my trials and tribulations. All tests I had to endure to get where I am in my life right now. I'm in a lot better situation than I was in originally. I'm happy I became stronger. That's it for that poem.
I'm happy I became stronger. Thank you for the song. Thank you for your words.
You're
Miss
welcome.
Straight Note Chaser. That's what Marissa calls you, right? Miss Straight Note Chaser.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, we appreciate you and your presence. And you have a lot of books out, right?
Yeah, I have 8 books out on Amazon. Life 1, Life 2, Love and Lust 1, and 41 is 46. You have to be 18 not to kick adult content. Another one, Obsession and Murder short stories. You have to be 18 not to kick violence and some stories.
Awesome. Well, congratulations on all that. You can drop the links to Amazon in the chat and on our Facebook page and go buy her books and support her and read her page poetry. Thank you for having her with us. We hope you'll stick around for round 2. All right. So on deck, we got Shaki G, who's also a producer here at Worries Right, and she's publisher for Editor Books. But up to the mic now. He just featured on More Poetry of Worries Right last week. He had a beautiful set. I always appreciate his work and his energy and his presence. So please welcome to the mic now, Black Silver.
Hello, can you see me? Can you hear me okay? Okay, right on. So I'm going to read, which was part of my feature, The Final Sacrifice. Although it's 5 pages, so I'm just gonna chop it down to, I'm just gonna read the first page and a half. So I gotta read like the first chapter and then just a little bit of the second chapter, because that's a good place to end, you know, because it's a good place to end. So yeah. So here we go. I hope you like it. It's called Final Sacrifice Part 4. It's a short story based off of Little Red Riding Hood. And it's Halloween too. So it's kind of a spooky story. So I hope you're kind of like in a spooky mood, a little bit ready to get spooked out. So here we go. Hope you like it. It's called Final Sacrifice Part 4. You can't break routine without the wolf's teeth. This is a saying invented by Mordenti, one of the few in the world who ever breaks routine and live to tell the tale. Replace the word routine with destiny or fate, and you'll better understand the story I'm about to tell. You see, I knew Mordenti personally, and this is what he told me. My fate was to be a drug addict, but something inside me was fighting to live a normal life. Call it God, call it what you want, but I call it the whisper of the elements. One night, something inside me just snapped, and I flushed all my dope down the toilet in a desperate attempt to change my fate. This was it. I looked in my bathroom mirror and made a silent vow that I wasn't going to let drugs ruin my life anymore. This may have been my doing and undoing. That same night, I wore my favorite tie-dye red and black long sleeve shirt and went for a walk by some train tracks. It was about 10 p.m. The night had its way of calming my anxiety. I stopped under a bridge and lit a cigarette. The light from my Zippo temporarily blinded me. I looked up, and as my pupils adjusted back to the dark, I saw 4 masked men wearing black pants and red hoodies nearly blending into the night before me. Chapter 1, The Four Wolves. I looked closer and saw that they were all wearing wolf masks. One approached me and spoke with a child's voice, saying, "What wilt thou sacrifice to change thy fate?" I said, "I don't know. What are you talking about?" It was then he grabbed a pack of cigarettes that was still in my hand and said, "Fire for fire." I was stunned. Then again, that's the only way this kid could smoke is if he took my cigarettes. He appeared like 14 years old. As he backed away, one of the other wolf masked men approached me and spoke with a woman's voice. "What wilt thou sacrifice to change thy fate?" I pulled out $4 I had in my wallet and said, "Here, just take my money," thinking this was obviously some kind of robbery. It was then she pulled out a knife, and before I could react, she reached and slashed and gave me a large gash on my left arm. The knife was sharp enough to cut right through my favorite long-sleeved shirt. As I lay there weeping, still clutching bloody money in my hands, she retreats, saying, "Water for water." As she retreated, one of the other wolf masked men approached me and in a low pitch slowly said, "What wilt thou sacrifice?" I ignored him, crouching on the ground, bloodied and scared, hoping these strange people will just go away. The masked man in front of me snatched my money. Seemingly satisfied, he backed away, mumbling, "Earth for earth." Then the final one approached me and looked me in the eye. All these people were creepy, but this one was the creepiest. All of a sudden, I started laughing, whilst the masked figure stood there not saying anything. It was then I knew something was wrong. I couldn't stop laughing, but it felt good. At that moment, I was free as the wind. I didn't want to smoke dope. I didn't want to smoke cigarettes. I didn't want to drink. I just wanted to be me and find out who I was. It was then a voice in my head loudly hissed, "Air for air." It was then I passed out. Chapter 2, By Design. I awoke in my bedroom. I looked at the clock. It was 4 p.m. the next day. I had a flashback of the previous events. Who were those strange people in wolf masks? Were they some strange cult or something? As I cycled through the memories, I felt a strange calm. I felt free. Free, free, free from it all. And I'll stop there.
And I hope we get to hear the rest of that in round 2. I loved hearing it a second time too. It was very powerful.
It goes
when
on.
you read
It
it.
goes on for another like 4 pages, but I'll stop there. I don't
It's
want to
awesome though.
I don't want to take up too much.
No, it's awesome. We love short stories here. We welcome all mediums of art here at Deadpan Dope. I always appreciate
Thank
your
you.
energy, brother. So happy to have you with us. Please check him. He'll give his Instagram information, but please check
Yeah.
him out. He also sells jewelry. He's not just a
Yeah, I got
phenomenal
jewelry.
spoken word artist and author. He's makes jewelry.
Thank you for
So where
allowing me
can
the
the folks
space.
find you? Yeah, of course. Where can the folks get all that?
I'll plug it all. Excuse me. I'll plug it all in the chat. Instagram is how I interact with the world. That's pretty much the main plug right there. So I'll put that in the chat.
Yeah, Instagram.
I don't have a
Instagram's kind of
Facebook.
where the word. Instagram is becoming a dinosaur thing. I keep I actually only keep the Facebook because we live stream here. That's my Broadway Brokers Network company group is on there. Otherwise, I'd probably delete it. But Instagram is where it's at, and I'm too old for TikTok. I'm not going to do TikTok or Twitch. I use Twitch to watch soccer. That's it. We were talking about that in our Words Right team chat. I use Twitch to watch soccer. Well, check out his jewelry, check out his poetry, his storytelling, his short stories. He's amazing. Always good to hear from him. And he just dropped that all in the chat. So give him a follow. All right. So to round us out, for round one, and then we'll go back to the top. She's a producer here at Word is Right. She's a part of our Out Loud LGBTQ anthology, and that is now a podcast called Out Loud every first Sunday of the month. Her and Jacob R. Moses is also a part of the anthology, do a live Zoom podcast talking about LGBTQ issues going on in the world in the history. So please welcome to the mic now, Shaki G.
All right, thank you. I'll do 2 pieces, and I'm in the same boat as Chris. My throat's kind of killing me from teaching all day. The first one's called Therapy. My therapist tells me, like everything else that plagues me, fibromyalgia isn't real. Like she has ever felt the constant burning in my arms and legs, the sharp pain in my abdomen, the feeling of my heart trying to escape my chest. She says, look it up. And as always, she is right. Fibromyalgia, it says, is what the doctors call it when they don't know what the pain is. Can't pinpoint why you never feel good. Is what they say when the blood work says it doesn't believe you, that nothing is wrong with you. But they make you take the pills anyway, hope it doesn't make it worse. It's kind of like they threw their hands up and decided to stop trying. I asked if she thought this was supposed to make me feel better. She says sometimes we feel what we don't let out in emotions. Say maybe I need to stop swallowing the pills with my pride, let the tears flow. There's nothing wrong with feeling. But the pills are supposed to help until they don't. Manufactured happiness feels a lot like numb, like empty, the way your bed feels after the panic attack. They tell you maybe it's not anxiety, you just worry about the wrong things, or it's not depression, you just have real things making you sad. Death is supposed to make you sad, but not thinking about your own. They say you need to control your thoughts. Say the pills, they make you forget. But here I am, still crying. The pain still feels just as real. All right, and this one I wrote earlier today. It's called Daddy's Girl. In the memory of you, there is a little girl's bedroom, complete with a pink toy chest at the foot of a canopy bed. A promise lingers in the air. You capture it with your tongue. Say, this is how a princess should live. I remember. But later, those words would cut like daggers in the night sky. Years later, am I no longer the princess you coronated on that day? Daddy's girl, whisk away to a dungeon for her safety. Wonder if my locks grow long enough, you would come rescue me. I'd like to believe you died fighting the strongest battles in your kingdom. Does an orphan princess still become queen? Or do they chase after a title like king to prove they could replace you? Be all the man you never were, the knight in dulled armor. Once, I remember I was a daddy's girl, but too soon I became a girl that was fatherless, another statistic. I know once another man tried, but his kingdom was more prison walls and castle. No pink decoration, just concrete walls and cold hearts. In the memory of you, there's a long embrace and a short goodbye. And somewhere in between, there's a daddy's little girl.
Oh, Shaki. We're all vulnerable tonight here on Deadpan Dope, but I love it. It's good for what we're gonna do later. I love those. They were beautiful. Thank you for sharing your vulnerability. There was just like bar after bar after bar after bar after bar with those. I was so impressed. So check out everything Shaki does. Find her on the first Sundays of the month with Jacob for the Out Loud anthology podcast. And anything else you want to announce got going on? Drop your social media.
Yeah, I think November 17th, I'll be working with Garage Poets to do our first interview. It's going to be with Catherine Weiss on that Friday at 8 o'clock. So join the Garage Poets on that day if you'd like to see that interview.
Awesome. And yeah, Jeff Taylor's here, who is one of the founders and producers of Garage Poets. I'm a Yankee fan and he lives in Boston, but I still love him. But he did tell us he doesn't really care about sports. So it's okay. But yeah, that's awesome. You're gonna be doing that. Yeah, you mentioned yesterday on you don't really care about sports. I care about that though. I'm a very friendly Yankee beanie god who's very fond of that. as people know, at the New Rican Poets Cafe. Anyway, thank you so much for sharing, Shaki. Excited to see all the things you're doing with Garage Poets and Word is Right, and on your own, of course. She'll drop her social media and everything in chat. Also, I said this earlier, if you want to change your Zoom box and hit the rename button with the ellipses in the corner, you can add your pronouns. You can add your social media handles. So yeah, feel free to do that, or you can drop it on our YouTube page or on our Facebook chat. Feel better, Ariana. Thank you for joining us. All right, so we're gonna go back to top of our list. If no one wants to read again or does want to read and hasn't performed yet, just let me know and I'll add you. All right, gotta hit delete on this thing. All right, so on deck, we got my karaoke wife, Terry Stritson, and back to the mic now. Please welcome Chris Moore.
Yeah, I can find everything to read. Just give me a minute or two.
No problem. You got time here at Deadpan Dope. It's only 10 o'clock ish.
Yeah. Let's see. Okay, I might have read this one before, but I guess I'll read it again because I can't find anything new. Resurrected Babylon. There is a land where too many commoners proclaim the title of princess for themselves. Wherever there be fermented ale, tanged with the fruity scent to make their palates lie better to the exiled who foolishly crave their favor, thinking themselves Greco-Roman muses to others as they cling to their modern-day Adonis, whom they sometimes hide. Perhaps there is a new resurrected Babylon, just for the world to gaze upon until it falls like its ancient counterpart.
I have heard that one before, but I love it.
Thank you.
There's so many layers in that one. I really appreciate it. All right. Well, check out everything he's doing. More poetry, Poetic Robin Hood. He just keeps growing. He's just an amazing person that keeps growing in our community and the arts. I'm proud of him. So give him a follow, check him out. And all the cool things he does. All right. On deck, we got Marianne Peterson, and back up to the mic now, we got Tara Stritson. And she's there. Oh, there she is. Okay.
There you go. Okay, I have so many books full of stuff I wrote over the last 2 years. It's ridiculous. I think I'm gonna have another book out soon, and I think I asked Indigo. You know Indigo, Lacan's girlfriend. Her father has a press, and she just published a book, her first one. And I asked her where she got it published, and she said her father published it. And I was like, ooh, how about he published my next book? And then she said she was going to translate some of my poems into Tagalog, which I'm probably saying wrong, but that's the language. And she even read one of my poems in that language, and it sounds so freaking cool. I was so excited. So I think that's gonna happen. I'm all excited about that. But anyway, this one is called A Love Story, and I wrote it in another one of Peggy's workshops. If you be the coffee, then I be the cream. If you be the window, I be the screen. If you be the grass, and I be the flower. If you be the minutes, I be the hour. If you be the stones, then I be the street. If you be the notes, then I be the beat. If you be the stars, then I be the sky. If you be the filling, then I be the pie. If you be the waves, then I be the sand. If you be the fingers, then I be the hand. If you be the song, then I be the tune. If you be the sun, then I be the moon. If you be the wound, then I be the pain. If you be the blood, then I be the stain. And that one hurts a little bit to read it. And there's another one I wrote in another workshop with Ray, Jane, and Paul. Those two dynamos, and I hope that I came out with something, but here it is. Healing is returning what no longer serves you. Healing is freedom from the oppressor, hands, voice, body, presence in your mind, with words lingering to remember why you left them behind. Serving the purpose for you not to invite that into your life, although we don't always get it right, the first, second, or third try. The facts remain that the struggle is real. Healing is the process to freedom for all time. Thank you.
Yes, Tara Rose. And yes, it is pronounced Tagalong, and that your poem is going to be translated into that.
Well, I asked her if she would because I really wanted to hear what it sounded like. And when she said she could do it, I was like, wow, let me hear something. Like I just said, take one of my haikus and just let me hear what it sounds like. And she read it and I was just like, that sounds so awesome. She did the Violet poem where the 10 haikus for Violet, my dog. And she even went woof woof while she was doing the language change. And I was like, oh my God, you even added that sound in. It sounded so cool to hear her read it. I want her to read
That's
my whole
awesome.
book somewhere, like, and record it or something.
That's awesome. Well, congratulations on that. I hope it happens for you. Yeah, isn't it beautiful when we get to see and hear our art in not the English language. When we
I want
did
to hear it in every language.
I know, right?
Maybe that's a
When
little, I don't know, ambitious, but if I meet enough people that speak enough languages, maybe I can get everyone to do at least one of my poems, and I can have a whole thing together with every language. It would be awesome.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's beautiful. One of the last sometimes we do a mic at the New York Poets Cafe called 2-1, so two venues, one mic. And last one we did was Tokyo, and on the projection screen inside the cafe, you can see the poetry, the American poetry translated into Japanese, and it was really
Oh, that sounds
inspiring and
awesome.
beautiful. Isn't it? Yeah. So that's one of my favorite events they do. I think they're going to bring it back. And then speaking of that, because you mentioned Paul and Ray Jane, who we love, they couldn't be here tonight, but we send them much love. Those are my brothers and sisters. They are also MCs at the New York Poets Cafe. And next month, November 12th, when we do our hybrid open mic with my Beanie brother after the words, we always have karaoke, and the karaoke theme next month is decolonial. So we all have to sing. We don't have to, but you're asked to sing a song that has lyrics that are not in English. So I think because I love to do Stevie Wonder, I'm gonna sing Masha Riamor because there's a lot of French in that. But I'm excited to see what everyone brings in the different languages. Because we welcome and especially here on Deadpan Dope, we welcome all languages. It's important that we learn how to communicate with each other, not just in English. So I hope that tag on happens for your poetry. I think it's beautiful. And yeah, give her a follow on her new Insta account and get her book and read her beautiful book about the dog and haikus. And yeah, I'm everyone's favorite guild.
Thank you.
That can be her other Instagram account, everyone's favorite guild. No,
What? The other Instagram account's not there
I was
anymore.
making a joke.
I keep typing it in to see if it just all like maybe they'll get it right. Maybe they'll figure it out. Maybe they'll put it back.
Nah, I mean, I don't have faith in Instagram because they
It's
thought I
gone.
hacked myself when I used to have a real estate Instagram, and they thought I hacked myself, so I made a different one, but then I let it go stale because people actually just like the mix of real estate and writing and the marketing and theater I do on my personal, so I just opened it to that. But yeah, they never fixed it. Some people get lucky with it, some don't. Like I have friends that work for Instagram and they can't figure it out because it's just I don't know. It's a scary, weird situation over there. But yet we go on it and we're slaves to it, and it's not. It's a weird thing. But yeah, give her a follow, her new account, get all her stuff. And yeah, maybe she'll post
Chameleon,
the poem and
the
tag on.
Chameleon Poetic is a new one. It's all one word.
Chameleon
The Chameleon
Poetic.
Poetic. No,
Chameleon
no
Poetic.
slash marks, dashes, spaces, or all that.
Chameleon Poetic. All right. All right. Well, thank you for sharing with
Thank
us
you.
tonight and being here. Yeah. Awesome. All right. And so on deck, we got Shocky G again, but back up to the mic now is Miriam Peterson. Oh, I think you're muted, Miriam. Are we having a hard not unmute you? Let me see.
Okay, it wouldn't let me unmute. Okay, this is a song I wrote a while ago called Stay With Me. I'm in love with you. Never leave me, stay with me. I can't let you go. Want you to stay with me always. Please understand that I want you to stay. Never leave me, stay with me. I can't let you go. That one. Then I'll do one more called Stop Breaking My Heart. Listen to what you're saying. You're making my heart break. Please stop hurting me. Thought that this love was going to last forever. Stop breaking my heart. Why are you hurting me? Please don't try to break my heart again. I thought that this love was going to last forever. Stop breaking my heart.
Not breaking my heart. Oh, I love it. On a pink guitar.
Ukulele, actually.
Oh, ukulele. Okay. Gotta love a pink ukulele. Always love your music. Always love your energy and
Thanks.
your poetry and your words. Check out her books on Amazon. You can just find her at Miriam Peterson. She's a brilliant artist, so definitely go out and support her. Yeah, Nick reads Greek poetry sometimes in New. I've read some Polish poetry because I'm mostly Polish in my heritage.
I'm gonna
But
tell
yeah,
him to read Greek tomorrow for his open mic.
give him like a heads up. Just don't put him on the spot. But send him like a message. Send him a message in our or one of our group chats, or you can DM him and say the Twisted Twin called him out and said he should read Greek poetry. I did. I called out my Twisted Twin, but he won't mind. I love you, Nick, if you're watching. And his mic is tomorrow night on Words Right Here. He does Right to the Mic. He does a writing workshop for the first hour, and then he goes live on Facebook like we do here and does his open mic. So please go support my brother, Nick Paleologos, which is a very Greek last name, my Twisted Twin. And by his book, Ad versus Reaction. He's also published with Word is Right. He's a part of the next 10. All right, so on deck, we're gonna have our final artist of the night, Black Silver. But back up to the mic now, we got Shocky G.
All right. This poem is called Another Slam Poet. He says he does not care about my slam scores. Says poetry slams only create bad poets with big heads, poets who make everyone else beneath them feel less than. Say if I were any good, I wouldn't have to prove it. Say I'd be playground bully in poet form, bullet tongue full of blanks. Guess my parents didn't love me enough. My poems be mediocre at best, unrelatable. Like pain isn't universal. Like his knees have never held him on linoleum, absorbed his tears after heartbreak. Never held grief in his hands heavy as a casket. Never played pallbearer to his dreams. Never had poetry slam him face first into a mic. I tell him, I do not care about the scores, but I care about the scores of poets who will grace the mic after me. Hope that they will be better than me. Make me feel less than. Because if you're the best poet in the room, you're probably in the wrong room.
Damn. Damn, Shocky needs to teach writing workshops. I'm just putting that out into the world. I want Shocky to teach some writing workshops. Yeah, she's amazing.
I suck at workshops.
Why would you say that?
I've only ever done one, and it was ruined.
Okay, well, I don't. Wait, is it the one I found out about recently?
Yeah, it's
What
on the
you talking? It was a good one.
list.
Because-
Is it
because-
where is it the one that
Tumble
we were
words,
talking
right?
about in our group chat?
Yeah, it's on
I
the
didn't want
list.
to say it. I didn't want to say it out loud out of respect for Donna. But is it that one?
Yeah,
It was
Okay,
good. I
well,
was
that-
in there. What, you didn't like it?
I don't know. I don't know.
That doesn't count because of what I was told happened. I'm sure it was amazing. Sans toxic masculinity.
Yeah.
So
Oh, I know what
I
you're
know,
talking about. Yeah, but I mean,
Yeah.
the workshop itself was fine.
We'll see.
Yeah, no,
I'll
but
do
on
some
a-
research.
well, you know what? Marissa wants us to start doing workshops in 2023 with Word is Right. So you'll do one there. There won't be toxic masculinity there because you'll get to
Yeah.
monitor the space. Like I'm gonna do my sonnet workshop. I'm gonna, just so people have an advance, I'm gonna teach a Shakespeare sonnet writing workshop January 31st, which is the last Tuesday of the month next year. I posted it on my IG and Facebook and my LinkedIn. It is $5 to attend the class, but it says there where you can find to pay me. But we're gonna have a good time. And I actually, my way into professional poetry was through sonnets, through my friend Melinda Hall, who produces Shakespeare Sonnet Slam. So thank you, Melinda. So we're gonna go over that. But yeah, Shocky should totally teach more workshops where douchebags don't host. So I know she's an amazing teacher. No, but that's the truth. It doesn't count. Yeah. But I know Shocky's amazing. She's an amazing writer, amazing teacher. Give her a follow. And yes, we are going to make sure Shocky teaches in the future in safe environments. All right. So to close this out for the final round of Deadpan Dope tonight, he's going to finish his short story. So happy to have him with us. So please welcome back to the mic, Black Silver.
All right, so yeah, I didn't want to leave you guys hanging on my story, so I'm gonna go ahead and finish it. I had requested to go last because it goes on for another 4 pages, but I'll try to read kind of fast. So here we go. I'll start out with where am I at here? Okay, I'll start out with chapter 2 since that's where we left off. All right, chapter 2. By design. I awoke in my bedroom. Can you hear me okay? Can you see me okay? Can you hear me okay? Can you hear me okay mostly? Okay. Okay.
We can hear you. You're all good.
Okay. I awoke in my bedroom. I looked at the clock. It was 4 p.m. the next day. I had a flashback of the previous events. Who were those strange people in wolf masks? Were they some strange cult or something? As I cycled through the memories, I felt a strange calm. I felt free from it all. Only one problem. My favorite shirt was ruined, but the slash wound I received had healed. It felt surreal. I switched shirts and went from my bedroom to my living room to watch some YouTube on my laptop. A voice in my head whispered, philosophy. I vicariously typed in philosophy in the YouTube search engine and began watching a documentary on Socrates, a Greek philosopher. About a third of the way through the documentary, I heard the phrase, the unexamined life is not worth living. I poured myself some whiskey I had left in my cabinet and said to myself, I'll drink to that. Toward the end of the documentary, I realized something was wrong. I was about 8 shots in and wasn't even buzzed. I didn't drink that often, so a few shots usually did the trick. Why couldn't I get high? Not as frustrated as I felt I should have been, I opened a new pack of cigarettes and stepped out of my apartment for a smoke. I went out the back door of my apartment building and stepped into a small green grassy field the apartment was connected to. I made a beeline for my favorite tree on the edge of the field. I rolled up my sleeve to take another look at my arm. It made me wonder if the events last night ever even happened. It seemed so surreal. I lit my cigarette and took a drag. As I looked up, I saw a slender woman seemingly approaching me, dressed in all dark blue, white skin with dark blue hair, appearing around early 30s, wearing a beaded tribal-looking necklace with a mid-sized crystal pendant. I took another drag and verified that she was approaching me. Mordenti, she said. I looked around and saw no one was around but her and me. What's up, was my hesitant response. She approached me and said, you've been chosen by Earth. I'm a friend. I'm giving you this gift on behalf of Earth. She took off the necklace she was wearing and gave it to me. I gladly accepted. I felt drawn to it. I asked what she meant by I've been chosen by Earth. She said, you'll see. I flicked the cigarette I had in my hand and put the necklace on. The pendant sat just below my solar plexus, perfect length. In fact, everything about this necklace was perfect. I looked up at the mysterious woman and asked, who are you? She smiled and said, water for water. My heart sank. A loud clap of thunder roared in the sky, and it immediately began pouring down rain. I looked up at the sky, then back at the mysterious woman. She was melting. Slowly, she descended into the ground, leaving a puddle of water, adding to the rain. I stood there stunned. Slowly, I came to terms with what just happened and went back inside my apartment. I entered the room of my single-bedroom apartment and closed the door. It was her, the woman who cut me. Where's the rest of them? Were they waiting for me? And what do they want? I know now that the man who took my $5 wants something to do with me. But what? I grabbed the rest of the liquor I had and began to take a shot. I poured it and stood in front of the shot glass, pondering. What's the point? I'm not going to get drunk anyway. I poured the shot down the drain, making me feel surprisingly relieved, and decided to go to bed. I took the mysterious necklace off, along with my shoes, pants, and shirt, and got into bed. I gently placed the necklace on the table across my bed. I figured all the questions I have will resolve themselves in coming weeks, fully expecting another visitation from the mysterious cult. I turned off the light on my nightstand and tried to go to sleep. It was then I knew something was wrong. The necklace the mysterious water lady gave me was haunting me. I couldn't stop thinking about it as I lay in my bed, tossing and turning. Its tribal appearance made me wonder if the cult were some strange ancient tribe or something, initiating me into their ancient mysteries. Chapter 4, Final Sacrifice. I eventually fell asleep and had a nightmare. I dreamed I was in a forest near a creek. I took in my surroundings and saw a large black dog drinking water from the creek in the distance. I started walking toward the dog when suddenly an arrow shot out of nowhere and struck the dog in the neck. Then a red-haired, brown-skinned, naked woman with tribal markings slowly approached the dead dog from the side with a bow and arrow in hand. To my amazement, she began eating the dead black dog savagely. I looked around again and realized it was just me, the forest, and this crazy lady. My stomach dropped as I heard my name slowly whispered from behind me, accompanied by a grim, freezing breeze. I turned around 180 degrees and my stomach dropped again. The crazy chick was right in front of me with blood on her, and the black dog she was eating was by her side too, alive. But how was the dog alive? And how did she appear so fast behind me? Blood still on her lips, the woman hauntingly glared at me with big red eyes for what seemed like an eternity. I'm not gonna lie, she was attractive, but this was no time to flirt. Then she roared, spirit for spirit, soul for a soul. Her words echoed. It was then she She punched her entire arm effortlessly through my chest. It was then I woke up. I immediately turned on the light on my nightstand. My stomach dropped. A wolf mask was on my nightstand, the same kind the strange cult was wearing. It was then I knew something was wrong. You saw her, didn't you? A disembodied voice said. I looked around my room and no one was there. Oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, I thought. What do you want? I said. Your initiation is complete. You're one of us now. The mask is for you. The disembodied voice spoke in a low-pitched growl and seemed to be coming from the necklace. What the hell are you talking about? I don't want this, I said. You can't go back now. You chose this when you made the final sacrifice. You should be grateful. Your original fate was to remain the pitiful drug addict you were, the disembodied voice said. Where are you? Are you in my head? I said. I'm inside the necklace, and I'll be your guide through all this. I'll explain everything. You see, you're immortal now, said the necklace. The necklace glowed light blue. I took another glance at the wolf mask. Slowly, I got up and sat on the edge of my bed and looked at the necklace. Do I have your attention? Said the necklace. It glowed light blue with every word it spoke. My name is Belial. I'm a friend. You know me. Maybe this will jog your memory. Earth for Earth, said the necklace. I knew it, I said. You should be even more grateful. Not all survived the final sacrifice. You see, most humans are doomed to die because they live their life in the circle of the elements, which is also the circle of time. And time kills. When you sacrificed your passion for drugs, you sacrificed your fire. You are no longer bound to the circle of elements, no longer bound to the circle of time. Earth, water, and air are the remaining elements that dwell inside you. You are one of us now, an immortal, said the necklace. You've got to be kidding me. Now what? I said. Go to Diana, the royal mermaid. She will explain further, and she will take you to your new family. She's waiting outside, said the necklace. I got dressed and hesitantly put on the necklace and grabbed the wolf mask. Here we go, I thought. I grabbed my wallet, cigarettes, and lighter and went outside. It was 7:14 a.m., sunrise. Once outside, it immediately began to drizzle rain. The necklace glowed light blue, and a voice whispered in my head, she's here. There she was, the blue-haired mermaid, standing by what seemed like a new model sports truck. Mordenti, she yelled and waved at me. I hesitantly approached her. Get in. There's a lot of work to be done, she said. We both entered the vehicle. You can smoke in here, she said. I lit a cigarette and put my seatbelt on, thinking, what's the point? I'm immortal now. Hell, I should change my name to Immortal Dante, I jokingly thought. As she started the car, I turned to her and asked, what now? She said, you'll see. Chapter 00. This is all Mordenti told me. He said he can't tell me the rest. Whether he's lying or telling the truth, you can't deny the moral of the story. I would say it's complete bullshit, except for one thing. He wears a beaded tribal-looking necklace with a crystal pendant. And every now and again, I catch him staring off into space, seemingly engaged in something. And when this happens, I swear I see the necklace glowing light blue. Maybe it's true. We all have a destiny, and we really can't deviate without the wolf's teeth. And that's my story.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm so glad we got to hear the end of the
Yes,
story.
thank you for allowing me the time to share
Yeah,
my
of
story.
course.
I love getting it out there. I love speaking my truth whenever I can. So that's always awesome that you did that.
Yeah, of course. I'm always happy to give anyone that wants the extra time to share their art. I love the story. I'm so happy we could hear it again. Check him out on Instagram. Check out his jewelry line. Check out his short stories. Everything he's putting out there is so good. I'm so happy for you and everything you do, and that it's a blessing to have you in our community. So thank you for being with us. And that's a beautiful way to end the open mic part of Deadpan Dope. So I want to thank all the artists that came tonight. Before we do Beanie Blessings, and one of our producers here, Jeff Taylor, is going to do Beanie Blessings. And then we're going to hang out in our little after party room, which isn't live. So if you want to come hang out with the live stream off, check out the Zoom information on the Where's Right page and we'll admit you. So something I kind of teased it a little bit today, putting out the info for Deadpan Dope. But something I'm going to start to do at the end of Deadpan Dope each week is give a little prompt for an I statement. This is homework, so we're not going to do it live. We're not going to do it in the after party. It's optional. No one is forced to do anything here they don't want to do. But if you don't know what an I statement is, I'm going to share my screen. I do I statements all the time. They're a good way to work on ourselves and get our feels out. So that is an I statement. I feel when and because. And then if you don't want to do that, you can just write a poem, a prompt, a monologue, a short story. I'm also gonna share the feelings wheel. You do want to do a proper I statement. Oh, not gonna do that. Here's the feelings wheel. Wheel of feelings. Okay, I work on this all the time with my therapist. It's a good way. It helps poetry, it helps Bankus. It just helps art and ourselves and getting out day by day, right? So what I'm going to give everyone, and I'll drop it in the chat before y'all leave, is the prompt is for your I statement or your poem or just in general. I'm gonna start today. That's the prompt, okay? I'm gonna start today, and I'm gonna type it in the chat here. So I hope you all do that or choose to do that. No one's forced to do anything, but that's just a little homework for everyone. And each week I'm going to give a little I statement prompt for everyone to go home with and do what they want with it. So thank you to the community for coming tonight. Those who watched online, thank you. Before we go off our live feed and into our after party room, Jeff Taylor is going to take us out with the Beanie Blessing. And then we're going to wrap up. So thank you to everyone. It's always a blessing to host. So Jeff, when you're ready, you can take us out with the Beanie Blessing.
All right, yeah, I'm just
I think
changing.
he's in
books here.
transit, right? He's in transit right now.
Yeah, my wife was sleeping where I was
Aw,
in the bedroom. So
hope we
didn't
didn't
wanna
wake
her
her.
up. Yeah, no. As long as I didn't read, then she's not gonna wake up. Yeah. All right. So here's the Beanie Blessings. We close out our time together, staring up at the same sky. You drinking your school water? Yeah. Nice. Whether the sun kisses down on your gentle face, the cotton candy clouds begin to swirl in the early evening. The crescent moon fades in as the constellations begin to dance throughout the night.
I want bedtime snack.
We all look up at the same sky.
Dad, I want bedtime snack.
Okay, give me 1 second, honey. Thank you for blessing the sky, soil beneath our feet, and our family with your presence and art. Thank you taking the time to create. Thank you for holding space. May you squirt out poems kitty style in dreamland. May we always have beanies to keep us warm and stylish. This has been the Deadpan Dope Tuesday Open Mic with The Word is Right, hosted by Deadpan Lizzie, the Beanie God. On behalf of our community, I, Jeff Taylor, bid you adieu. Until next time, Beanie Blessings.
Beanie Blessing.